You're constantly thinking about going somewhere, but you never do so. I've been living in China for quite a long period of time, and I've never been to Shanghai. You definitely heard of this city with glowing skyscrapers and overcrowded streets, right? Any movie that wants to depict Asia shows us Shanghai. Actually, we are living in a huge city, maybe slightly smaller than Shanghai, but it doesn't mean that I don't want to go. Anyway, I'm not going to have fun. I'm going for work. So I arrived at the second comparatively small airport in Shanghai and took a 2 hour trip to the neighboring town for a conference. That day, colleagues had arranged proper welcoming. I had a great room in a hotel. They even called me professor, which I'm not, by the way, leaving me a greeting letter and some fruits. That was really nice of them. The next day, we had a conference. Surprisingly, the audience, well, they were just ladies and had only one man. I didn't mind that. I just called them flowers, to break the ice. Later on, we had lunch together. It was this typical Chinese table with a round central disc that rotates when you need to pick any dish you want. So it's more like sharing the table. Anyway, the job is done, and it's time to see Shanghai. They called a car for me and sent me off. I was looking at the fields and households, and it seemed to me this province is definitely not as populated as the southern part of China. So I felt a bit more like at home. I have booked a late flight, so I could go to the city and have a look. I had a bit over 6 hours, including the time for going back to the airport by the subway. And here I am, finally in the heart of Shanghai. I still can't believe it. Well, it really is nothing special. Seems like I know everything in China, but I'm still happy I'm here. It's obvious that the streets are full of tourists, both Chinese and foreign. The number of foreigners is impressive. You don't see that in Shenzhen. I really like the architecture. Remove all Chinese people and you would think you are in Europe. But that is definitely too much to imagine. This place is truly unique. The European Western culture mixed up with Asian Chinese. That is something authentic. There's a lot of police that regulate the streets. I'm sure without them it would be quite messy. My goal was to see the main view. This one. The scenic part you can't miss. An obvious visit card of Shanghai.